Hey. That funny little voice for the rewatch crowd. Weird voice for them. Just for them. Hey, Stacy. All right. Partly sunny here, and 26 degrees Celsius, so pretty hot. We finally stopped there. Lucky you. I feel like it's still it's probably still really fucking hot there, I'd imagine. You know? Hey, Buttercup. Warm, but I'm happy that steam humid heat is gone for now. Fair enough, I suppose. On time today, thanks to your friend Brian sending you the link. Well, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian, for being on top of things. Like, do I even need to go there? You know what? Not gonna go there because Buttercup, because Uncle Buck's not here. Had the obvious joke, but without Uncle Buck here, what's even the point of making that joke, you know? So what's new? Hey, Shelly. Hey, pause. Yeah, I had nothing to talk about. So, yeah, anyone got anything interesting to talk about? Like 8 minutes in, you were asking us for topics. It's going to be a rough night. Probably. I mean, same as usual. I never know what to talk about. A stream called No Title yet. No title, no topic. I got nothing. Going off the hook tonight. Yep. Hey, Uncle Buck. Did rewatch the Cowboy Bebop movie last night. It was a good movie. to wipe your eye. No, the movie doesn't make me need to cry. The movie doesn't make me cry. That said, 4 episodes left of the anime to rewatch, and 3 of those make me cry. So, yeah, Cowboy Bebop the movie. It came out after the series. Um, dude named Vincent sets off what seems to be a virus that kills a bunch of people, with plans of releasing more of it to kill everyone on Mars. The dub actually features Jennifer Hale, though I always watch the sub for Cowboy Bebop. No, one of the only animes where I do like stick with the subtitle version. Not sure why, because like I know the dub is good. Like I have watched the dub once, and it's good. It's just I think because I watched the subtitle version first, that's just the version that feels right to me. You know? Project Hail Mary is already out in Prime. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Well, I've already watched that movie, so watched Sam and Colby with 2 other guys go to fuck around and find out in Appalachia. What? So last night I woke up at 2 a.m. wide awake. I never did that. Paranormal shenanigans. Ah. Hey, Chantal. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing today? Meh. Yeah, that's fair. Bobby Ganoush looked dang good. Also, meh. Gonna need to try to go to bed early-ish tonight because I need to work. I work 8:30 on Thursday. So I should really try to spend this week sort of going to bed a little bit earlier, so that I can get at least a couple hours sleep on Wednesday night. Be nice to get at least a couple hours sleep, you know? Got it. That was what I was looking at, yes. And now it's dead. Sorry, Buttercup. That's a family. Well, then it should have got stayed outside. Yeah, I got a new rice cooker. Look, I have no problem with fruit flies when they're in their own environment. You know, when they're outside, I got no problem. Where are you getting from? Just the grocery store. Yeah, let's get them from the grocery store. $35 plus tax. So they're cheap. Which is why they only last 5 months. Yeah, 4 to 6 months. Manufacturer to give you a deal, buy 10, get one free. I mean, this is my 5th one. In what, 2.5 years that I've been getting rice cookers? Or that I've been doing rice? Yeah, it's only been like 2.5 years that I've been eating rice regularly. Warranty 1 year. 2 years, actually. Thing is, that shit's way too much effort. Like, the fact that I keep buying new ones, it's a lazy tax. But, yeah. Exactly. $35, it's, they're cheap, so fuck it. Do one for 20 maybe next time. I mean, maybe, but I'd have to go to a different store probably. The grocery store is convenient for me. Like, maybe I could get a cheaper one at Walmart, but fuck Walmart. Hey, Catherine. So I'm saying, fuck Walmart. Shit, Independence is bad enough, frankly. On their website and leave a bad review, and they'll send you one. Yeah, I'm not a dick. Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire is a little bit further. Not actually that much further. The Canadian Tire, it's just like an extra block or two past the convenience store. Or past the grocery store, I mean. Like, generally, it's just like, grocery store, and then you cross the street, and then there's Canadian Tire. The bulk of the distance between them is parking lot. So they are close together, but it's still. It is that little bit extra farther. That little bit extra longer a walk that I don't really want to do. I am lazy. Some parking lots are like football fields. Some can get pretty large, yeah. It's been such a nice day here. I got lost reading for like 3 hours on deck. Well, that's always a nice time. I wish I could drag my ass back into reading. Start X-Force, Love Feral, and Boom Boom. There's a guy I follow on social media who's a huge. Read more? Not really now. Guy I follow on X-Force who is a huge Feral fan. Doctor still got his nurse camp for starting. Oof. Well, that is shitty, Uncle Buck. Dug up a sweet potato bigger than my head. Well, that's very exciting. girls us. She is. She's awful and she's great. And Boom Boom is just an eternal delight. Of your nature, that's a personality type. Things I'm drawn to. Space Master. And also awful, and also often kind of terrible in her own way. A lot in common with Jubilee, but Boom Boom's got a little bit more of an edge to her. Boom Boom, another nickname I had in high school. Superstar, Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are? We did that shit at the help with my grandmother, grandson taught her. Funny to think she debuted hanging out with the Beyonder. Like that is where she started off. Like her, her debut had her hanging out with the fucking Beyonder. I'm pretty sure that was after Spider-Man taught the Beyonder how to poop. Made you snort Diet Coke. It's one of those. It's one of those things that's just 80s comics. Oh, Jim Shooter. Shit, was that in the actual Secret Wars 2 or was that in one of the tie-ins? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Secret Wars 2. So it wasn't regular Coke. I mean, Coke is supposed to be snorted, isn't it? Drink enough espresso to put that shit to shame. That ass barely made it today after the 10 mile yesterday, my legs. Yeah, I can understand that. That's why I hate walking. What you doing tonight? Nothing. I'll need to record some videos for Patreon, but other than that. Hey, Caroline. Too much to know to wait and call it to read. Hey, Sakoshi. Is there a Weapon X in a win? Which Weapon X? Which, do you mean like the early 2000s Weapon X series? Wolverine? So the, oh, fuck, what's that artist's name? How am I forgetting his name? Winter. Barry Windsor Smith. It was Sherbert. The Barry Windsor Smith. And he was an amazing artist. I mean, like, it's, that Weapon X story was gorgeous art. So yeah. Visually, you can never go wrong with Barry Windsor Smith. Who was that weird ass vampire character he made for the Ultraverse? I don't know if he created the character, but Rune. I think it might have been Rune. 24 viewers. Yay! Neil Adams. Neil Adams. She got 100 viewers regularly. Would definitely help my bank account, I think. But I'd have to be a lot more interesting than that to get to do that. Yeah, Neil Adams. Neil Adams did fall off sort of near the end, like in the 20. Like I remember there was a just fart more. There was a mini he did in the 2010s. As like pre X-Men, or is like his sort of like supposed to be like Wolverine and Sabretooth actually helped found the X-Men, because fucking of course they did. Fucking of course Wolverine was. Is a stupid, shitty story. And the art just was not great. considering he was the guy who arguably, not even arguably, considering he was the guy who did the absolute best 60s X-Men run. You happy a brown-eyed Canadian named James that's so popular? Which one? Oh, you mean Wolverine. Duh. I forgot for a second that his name was James. I forgot for a second that Wolverine's real name is James. Actually, speaking of Canadian superheroes, has Alpha Flight been doing anything lately? I guess I would assume not. Smoked 5 joints. That seems like a lot. That seems like a lot in one day. Look how popular he is. He definitely is. Yeah. Not that I've heard of. Wouldn't expect it. Wouldn't expect Alpha Flight to get much to do. They're very much one of those scenes that just really only shows up like in Wolverine comics. Every so often, she'll show up in a Wolverine. They'll show up in a Wolverine comic, like more West Coast Avengers. Which incarnation? Ma'am, didn't you promise to go live again if you're gonna smoke? Ma'am. She doesn't inhale like Bill Clinton. I mean, that's my defense. I've got the Bill Clinton defense. I didn't inhale. Bill doesn't inhale. That was so back in the early 90s when Bill Clinton was running for president back in 92. Yeah. Came out that he smoked pot. And his defense was that he didn't inhale. Which nobody believed. Absolutely nobody believed that. But the wild thing is, I didn't inhale, right? I feel like 25 years ago, we were hanging out. You were smoking a joint, and I tried, and you told me that I wasn't inhaling it properly. This is like back in high. This is like back when we were back in high school. Yeah, this is when we were in high school. You had me like I tried it, and you told me I wasn't inhaling properly, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Apparently, if I'm not fucking breathing properly, then clearly this shit isn't for me. Did not have sexual relations with that woman yet. Don't drink or do any of that shit. Yeah, like I used to, drink beer and strawberry daiquiris I actually used to really like. But I started at a point where it's like, why the fuck am I bothering? Like I don't like the taste of alcohol. I don't like the sensation of being drunk. Why the fuck am I bothering with this shit? So I just stopped. Sprite's cheaper. Sprite's cheaper than a beer or a daiquiri or whatever. Did Mad Dog and Old D back in the day as a teen. Stop that shit by the time I hit legal drinking age. Cigarettes, I never did. Like cigarettes, fuck that shit. Was never even tempted to smoke cigarettes. I did try Chantel's gummies. Or I tried it's the edible chocolate. I think it's the edible chocolate that I tried. Tried a couple pieces. Barely felt anything. Like I think I did feel a little bit, but not much. Cigarettes 6, almost 7 years ago. Yeah. Nice. Congratulations on that. It's not easy to do. Think back on all the money I spent on that bullshit too. Yep. I'd much rather spend my money on hookers. Laura's Secret After Dark. And it's well, the internet can't exactly suck your dick though. That's why people use hookers, because like full disclosure, I have never actually been to a prostitute. What you think? Come on, you think I'm gonna pay for sex? No way, I'm way too fucking cheap for that. I am way too fucking cheap to pay for sex. But the reason people do pay is just like full body safe silicone injected people. Sure, but I mean it's still not the same as an actual person. Did you ever write his damn right, Cordia? So is sex. And a side note, I will never shame. Hey, Donna, I will never shame people who do pay for sex, who do go to prostitutes, and I'll never shame sex workers themselves either. You do what you gotta do. I'll see. Yeah. You picked a good time to come in, Donna. Clearly. Perfect time to enter the chat. Brothels all over Las Vegas where I live. And I'm in favor of that. Right about STDs evolving. Well, that's what condoms are for. Particularly gonorrhea. It's insane how fast it's evolving. So, yeah, so use condoms. No kissing on the mouth. Right. Hey, Mariah. That's right. No, I've never been to a brothel. Like I said earlier, I'm way too cheap to pay for sex. I'm not cute, so I'd have to pay Amanda to. Donna, believe me, there are dudes willing to touch you. There's no shortage of guys out there who, as long as the lady's breathing. And even that is not always a deal breaker. Intelligent safe substitution. Evolution of coccal meningitis is terrifying. All of this because I made a really stupid joke. This whole conversation is down to me having made a very stupid joke. Fuck that, he'd have to pay me. And there's a lot of guys who are into that too. May or may not enjoy pathology. I'm pretty sure I don't enjoy pathology. Etymology can be pretty interesting, though. Marvel origin story. I don't think Marvel would be inclined to give a hero a gonorrhea-based origin or a villain. Like, I don't think Marvel would be inclined to give a character a gonorrhea-based origin. Early 80s DC, maybe. They did give a supervillain cocaine-based powers. That's not a joke. DC had a villain who was all about cocaine. Damn it, we pick it up. Wasn't there a comic? Maybe mistaken, but I believe there was. No, I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I don't know who published it, but I know there was a comic about people getting superpowers via STDs, sexually transmitted superpowers. That's all I remember about it. But yeah, that was the premise. The who did Vampirella? Dynamite? I want to say Dynamite might be Vampirella. Oh, Warren Publishing. Okay, so it's originally Warren Publishing. And then Harris Publications. So yeah, Warren Publishing from 1969 to 1983. Harris Publications from 1991 to 2010. And then it has been Dynamite since 2010. You seen the Scribbler? And I want the sex out there. Maybe a faint pulse and breathing tube. They jump your bones. Yeah. Michelle Trachtenberg. No, I don't think I've ever even heard of the Scribbler. Is that the one? Trying to look it up here. Well, Empowered, actually. She was Dawn and Buffy. I could like it. Um, Knowing what I know about Joss Whedon, don't know that I would be able to enjoy Buffy. So, are you saying I'd enjoy the Scribbler? Oh. So there's Empowered. There are several characters who have who acquire their powers that way. I don't think that's the one I was thinking of, though. That said, Empowered is really fun. Empowered is a great comic. Why am I forgetting the name of the artist? Adam Warren. Comic by Empowered. It's by Adam Warren, who's really good. I do really like Adam Warren. Don't have my emotional support hippo stuffed animal here. Well, anybody want to give Donna a hug? I don't really like doing hugs. So anyone else want to give Donna a hug? Anyone who's better than me want to give her a hug? I totally forget to say. Listeners got his gift. Law Dog is really, really good. Huh. Good to know. Good to know. Very campy early 90s feel. Loved it. Yeah, Empowered, it's very fetishistic, but also like, oh shit, right. Shelly, good job. Oh, she doesn't have Uncle Buck doesn't have her D12. She's stuck with regular Tylenol right now. Yeah, it's very fetishistic, but it's also like very sincere. Um, and also like really fucked up. You did say it? Did I miss it? Oh, I did miss it. I'm sorry, Buttercup. I'm sorry. Took 4 just now. Good job, Buttercup. That's great. I love those complexities. So yeah, like it's the idea behind it is Empowered is she's like a superhero. She's got this alien super suit that gives her powers, but the more damage the suit takes, uh, the weaker her powers get. And she's not a very good superhero, so her suit takes a lot of damage, which usually ends up with her being left helpless and thus being tied up by the bad guys. Though it's funny, the villains explicitly do not sexually assault her. Like very explicit. Like they flat out say, no, we're not doing this shit. Uh, because they know that that'll get piss off all the other superheroes. You know, like they don't assault her, they don't kill her, they just capture her, tie her up, humiliate her a little bit because they know if they do anything more serious, then the more serious superheroes are going to get real pissed off. So for the SCTs, there's like a couple of characters. There's a couple of characters who acquired powers that way. Not many, and I don't think most of them are major characters. So yeah, the comic starts off really fun. Like it starts off as like really fun, light, fetishistic silliness. Um, it does get pretty heartfelt as it goes along, and then it gets really fucked up. As in, flaming villain who engages in literal skull fucking. Fucked up. Like, yeah. It's like, what the fuck? As a proper oddity worthy of a collection. And honestly, it actually gets darker. That is not even the darkest. It's maybe the most fucked up that it gets, but nowhere near the darkest that it gets. It actually gets heavier than that. Don't mind dark imagery. Not even necessarily. I'm just tonally like it's a weird comic, but really good. Adam Warren is just like he is really good at what he does. Very manga inspired artwork. His just his art style is very, very, very like how to draw manga. Like you remember all those you remember back in the day those how to draw manga books were huge. Like they were the biggest fucking thing. Like how to draw manga. Like those books were so big back in like the early 2000s. And like Adam Warren's art style is very much just straight out of one of those. Which I'm pretty sure Adam Warren himself would probably say the same thing. Because he does have a really good sense of humor. He actually did do some Marvel stuff too. Uh very little and very under the radar Marvel stuff. Live Wires. That's what it's called. He did a Marvel series called Live Wires that was, I thought, really good or really interesting. Um, yeah, for Marvel, he did Marvel Mangaverse Fantastic Four. So way back in like 2000, early 2000s when they tried this their Marvel Mangaverse. He did a Fantastic Four for that. Live Wires in 2005, which I thought was really interesting. Or Iron Man Hyper Velocity in 2007. Um, Galacta, Daughter of Galactus one shot. Oh, Venom the End in 2020. Interesting. And if you I think he did like a couple hey Nina, never a huge Fantastic Four fan. They're sort of an up and down. They're one of those very up and down franchises. I feel. The Jack Kirby Stan Lee Fantastic Four run was definitely iconic. They sort of floundered after those who left. Like throughout the 70s, it very much floundered. John Byrne came in and sort of revitalized the franchise. Like Byrne came onto the franchise in the 80s and completely revitalized them, made them fresh and interesting and cool and like just genuinely great run. Which I hate to say because John Byrne's an asshole, but 90s was a bit of a mixed bag for them, but 90s was a mixed bag for everyone. 30 years ago, my son was obsessed with Silver Surfer. He was a big one. Artist here, none of these dudes do it on their own. Takes a team. Yeah. And then, well, I mean, Byrne was the writer and artist on Fantastic Four. Like he was doing both. So obviously, he had an anchor and a colorist and letterer. So there was the rest of the team, but it really was John Byrne's Fantastic Four. 2000s, I don't really remember the 2000s Fantastic Four era. And then Hickman took over in the 2010s and sort of revitalized it again. And I've heard very good things about Ryan North's Fantastic Four run. From what I hear, his work on that comic has been really, really good. But also maybe a little horrifying. Just the stuff he has Reed doing, the stuff he has Mr. Fantastic doing. Apparently, a little bit on the body horror side. Reed is just when written poorly, yes. Where's Father Mark? When written poorly. When written well, he is such a good dude. Doom was a better dad? No, he wasn't. Doom was a terrible father. Like Doom. I'm pretty sure Doom implanted his own mind into Kristoff, his adopted son. Like Doom does have an adopted son, Kristoff, and always saw him as just an extension of himself. To brush my teeth and get to bed soon. But when he's written properly, Reed is such a good husband and father. Like, yes, he's very much the absent-minded professor thing. Yeah, he can absolutely be a bit neglectful, even at the best of times. He can be a bit neglectful, but he can also be supremely romantic. Like he's talked about. I remember there was a time he talked about like, how much he studies things to understand them. And there's no topic he's ever studied more than Sue. Real love is every day the small thing. Right. I mean, he does try. He does try to do the small things as well. But he's made he's like an incredibly romantic comment about like, about Sue being like his favorite topic, basically. His favorite subject of study, which is amazing. No, it's because he cares for her. He does truly, genuinely love her with all his heart. No, it's absolutely not an experiment to him. No. There are reads where that is the case, but no. The main read, no. He loves her. He is dedicated to her. And he loves his kids as well. Absolutely dedicated to his kids as well. It's honestly what keeps him going. His family is the most important thing in the universe to him. There is nothing more important to him than his family. Absolutely nothing at all. I'm good for an afternoon. You chalkboard and endless library to compare. Understand, like he's yeah. When he's written well, Reed is a dedicated husband and father. It's just he's had a lot of periods where he was written shit, where he was written like shit. That's the problem. He's just a lot of runs have written him really poorly. But I think really, yeah, maybe since Hickman actually. Before that as well. You know, there were plenty of runs before Hickman as well that sort of wrote him as a family man, but I think pretty consistently over the past maybe 15 years, pretty consistently, the idea is he's dedicated to his family. And his first family. I would say that for him, there's no distinction. I think that's the thing with him. There's no distinction between scientist and family man for him. But even so, I think family will always come first for him. You know, push comes to shove. If he's forced to choose between science and like if he's forced to choose, if he's in a situation where you know he has to make a choice between science and his family, he'll choose his family every time. Neglect them. And a lot of runs, yes. A lot of runs had a very like weirdly patriarchal attitude towards them. And those runs were bad. In the good runs, no. There's no conflict. No conflict of interest there. Like in the good runs, he wants his family there while he does the science. You know, like it's not a big Fantastic Four person. I have read a lot of Fantastic Four. Not sure where it is, but I had a disc as like complete run of Fantastic Four up until mid 2000s. I think it ended before Hickman's run. I don't remember exactly when it went up to, but I feel like it was sometime mid 2000s. Yeah, full run of the main, just the main series. So it didn't include the various like spin-off series, although I have read a lot of the spin-offs as well via Unlimited, back when I still had Marvel Unlimited. So I've read a lot of the spin-off stuff as well, but yeah, it covered the entire history, like all the comics, like all like the full run of the main Fantastic Four, plus annuals, of course. Like it did include the annuals and shit. specials. Yeah, from Fantastic Four #1 in 1961 all the way up until whatever year it was that it covered to. I feel like 2005. And like I said, I've read a lot of the other stuff via Marvel Unlimited back in the day. Master Dominus Volumes, the runs for that. So I have read, most of the Fantastic Four up until like the mid 2000s, and sporadic in the 2010s. I think I backed up missing too much. Like they're not even one of my favorite franchises. Like they're not even one of my favorite Marvel franchises. I was always an X-Men guy. But I actually had a similar. I actually had another CD disc one for Just Beat the Time. Got a brush. All right. Good night, Catherine. Yeah, I had another of those discs that covered Avengers up until the start of New Avengers, the Bendis run. So Fantastic Four and Avengers. So whenever New Avengers started, so whatever year that was, the discs covered up until that year. Yeah. Good night, Catherine. Nerd. I am. All right, gonna get more water. And then I'm gonna pee. So I'll be back in like 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Need to get that out of the system. I mean, I got plenty more where that comes from, Shelly. I always got more nerd in me. Which makes it unfortunate that I attract such a non-nerdy audience. You know, like, it's so weird to me. My audience is so not nerdy. Feels weirdly unfair. You're an enigma. Enigma balls. I don't even know what that means. I don't think that one actually worked. But I made the attempt. Sometimes that's the best you can say. An attempt was made. Anywho, now that the nerd talk is over, anyone else have anything else they want to talk about? Anyone else have a topic? Look up everything. What? Look up Enigma balls? I don't think that's going to come up with any useful results. Well, I know what an enigma is. You wrap a mystery in it. I think that's the expression, a mystery wrapped in an enigma. I think that's what the expression was. No. Riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. It was a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. Mindfuck. It's Winston Churchill's description of Russia. I'm watching someone join us. Yep. Come on, people, chat. Join the chat. Can't tell you what to do. I mean, I could tell you, it just doesn't guarantee you'll listen. Hey, Uncle Buck. Like, I can tell you to give me money, but that doesn't mean you actually will give me money. Now, if I pointed a gun at you and told you to give me money, then, you know, in that case, you probably will. There's your money. Indeed. There's my 40 cents for this stream. Of all the grains of rice you can buy. And I'm pretty sure even a bag of rice costs more than that. Can't even buy lollies with that anymore. Yeah, not really exaggerating. I'm making like 60, 70 cents on most of my streams. Last night's stream is sitting at 61 cents. Night before that is 78 cents. Canada Day, I made 82 cents. Yeah. Gonna make $1 today. Why is someone gonna donate $1 to me? $24 people in here at one point. That's more than usual. Yeah, it depends how long they were in for and how many of them actually saw an ad. A lot of damn moth in the house. I check the mail. The cats are getting their exercise. Well, good luck to them. I hope they catch the bastard. When I will. Good for her. Need to form an alliance with the moths now. Mothman baby. Man, that's a blast from the past. When the National Enquirer would regularly write about women having Mothman's babies. You know, all the cryptids. Mothman baby. Mothman baby. Of the mythology and lore. Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason, Mothman maybe just made me think of Combat Baby by Metric. So I was imagining Mothman Baby to the tune of Combat Baby. So that's a great song. Mothman got on. Could be. Might be that the moth won. It's the moth's house now. And unfortunately, moths aren't really good at typing. So it's not able to take part in the chat. Too silly. I mean, is there such a thing as too silly for this chat? Silty? I don't know what it means for something to be too silty. In the context of chat. Moth dust? Ah. See? Yeah, it's just like it's a weird, like too silty. What? Mothman is too silty? The moth is too silty? But the dust. Yeah. Suppose if it's got enough dust, it might clog up the keyboard. Or something. Or whatever the hell it is you're implying in this case. You guys. Screw you guys. I'm going home. Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. What about Jersey Devil? What about it? It also does not exist. I don't even remember what the Jersey Devil is, other than non existent. Jubilee ain't real, but we talk about her. Sure, but we're not pretending that she is real. We're talking about like stories, you know? Hockey team. That too. Yeah, a lot of people act as though cryptids are actually like real things, and they're not. And it does kind of bug me when people act like cryptids are real, because no. Like Mulder, I want to leave. The world's already full of pretty amazing things. So I need my T-bone to either cook it or freeze it. And I don't want nachos again. I'm always pro T-bone. Skeptical openness is healthy. Eh. I'm inclined to think like things that don't exist should not be. There are things that very clearly do not exist. And it just feels dangerous to believe that they do. Yeah, like it's sort of like, wish my neighbor was cooking up tonight. I'd have throw him throw it on the grill. That would be good. Yeah, it's like it risks leading down a path towards believing in other conspiracy theories. I worry that Bigfoot is a gateway drug. I've eaten all day and it's going on 9 p.m. So you probably should eat. Bigfoot's not real. Absolutely does not exist. It simply defies possibility that we have not found actual proof of Bigfoot. Don't want to stand in the kitchen and wait for it to cook. I'm lazy. Well, seems like you have no good choices then. You just got to make the best out of a set of bad choices. Final starve. That is the most bad choice. That is the worst possible choice, Uncle Buck. Rice, onion, pepper. There you go. limit my rice intake on account of the beetus. Rice is bad for diabetes? I was unaware. Full of carbs. Yeah, I suppose. All right, fair enough. That's true. All right. Speaking of rice, I gotta get mine cooking. It's just about time for me to eat, so see you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody.